And there we go for putting up the exterior sheathing of this force field weather barriers. I really like this stuff here. Give you a close up of what we did here. You saw us, we put it up, and then last thing that goes on is this seam tape here, and it says right there on it, use a what is it there? Use the cascading technique. And what that means is I'm just going to the bottom. I start with the bottom seams, put those ones on, and then go up there, and I'll have the middle seam that goes over, so then that one will overlap this lower tape, and then I go ahead and go to the top seam, do the top seam down, so then that one will overlap the middle seam going horizontal. So then if any water does ever get in there, then it's gonna cascade off of this one onto that one, and then onto that one, and it's not gonna get underneath the tape. But this tape is really sticky, so I don't think that's gonna ever be a problem. And then been putting them at a 1/8 inch separation on the seams here, probably just for expansion and contraction and things like that. And then on the nail gun, I'm setting that one at a lowest depth, because see here, we don't want the nails punching all the way through this this weather barrier here, because then you have a hole in the barrier and kind of defeats the purpose there. So I'm having it just so it's just barely touching the surface there. It's not going through. And if there's any ones where maybe the nail goes through, I just come back and put just a little piece of tape on it. I'm trying to see if I did that anywhere here. I don't think I did on this wall. This wall is pretty good. Sometimes they'll get some little scuffs in this stuff here, kind of like that one there. I'll just go ahead, put a little piece of tape over that, but probably doesn't matter. This gray tape, this is for the sheathing here for the walls, and then I'll show you once we do the roof. There's another kind of special tape for the roof there. But the exterior here is done. Real happy with it. Really like this force field OSB. Saves a lot of time. Don't have to come back up here and put on that stupid house wrap. I really hate putting that stuff on, and it always seems like it's windy whenever it's time to put house wrap on. So glad that is done. And if you guys are doing this force field by yourself, you want to give it a try, have a little pro tip for you. When you're pushing these seams down, definitely make sure you use some gloves, because don't ask me how I know, but these little nails have sharp pieces of wire sticking out of them, some of them, and you run your hand over it and it'll just cut your hand right open. So that's why I'm using gloves now. So little tip there. And now that the exterior sheathing on the house is completely done, we have some rain coming in the forecast, so I want to get working on the roof right now. But first thing first to do is we need to get these rafters cut out. So I got one of our 2x8 20s from that pile there, and started making a little template, and that one's pretty simple to do. Get this template. So my roof is a 2.5 12 pitch, so I just cut that out here. That's the 2.5 12 angle. Put that to the top of the roof, and then on the bottom, where the bottom side lays on the lower part of the wall, just got up there, made my marks there, and got that cut out. Went and remeasured, put it up there again, and made sure everything fits perfectly. So this one is going to be my template now, and this little notch here will sit on the bottom wall. And then for the end there, this will only have a 18-inch overhang, but I'm not going to cut the end out there. I'm going to leave that for the end. So once all the rafters up there, then we'll cut them all the same length, and it won't be crooked or any like waves in the wall. But anyways, have a bunch of these to cut out, so we're going to get started on this one, get these cut out, and get them up on the roof there, and go from there. And it is the next day here. You saw we went ahead and put all these rafters up there, got this whole roof covered up, have these down there at 16 inches on center. That's going to be perfect for putting our sheathing up there. Next thing we have to do is go on the ends. We have to put our ends on these here. Let's see if I can show you that part. But the ends, it'll connect way up there, and that's our overhang. That will go down to the bottom there. But before we do that, like I said before, I left my rafter ends long here, just so I can go ahead and I will get a string line on here and get these cut out. And just I like to use a string line, make sure that these are perfectly straight the whole way down, and then once that's there, I will put my end board on the back of here, and then I can come out and get my rafter connected to the end. And then a little bit more work to do on the rafters, but first things first, get these cut down to size. And up here on top of the roof, we have everything all framed in. So we cut these rafter tails off and put this board on the end. That's looking real nice there. And then as you saw, we came around here to our overhangs and we put these boards every 24 inches and nailed them onto this close one here. And then also nailed them onto the top plate here. Sometimes I won't do it this way. Sometimes I will run the board from there and then run it back, cantilever it, and attach it to the board back here. But this is a really short overhang, so I don't think that's necessary. And with such a short overhang like this one here, these boards, these will support the weight. No problem with just this little overhang. They are nailed down to this top plate there, and again nailed onto this back rafter here. So everything is looking super strong. Back here, the other guy, he's getting the OSB ready this afternoon. So this force field OSB is probably 100 degrees right now, so it's perfect temperature to burn our hands and get this put up on the roof. So we're gonna get a few sheets of that OSB up on the roof here, and I'll be back in a minute and show you how that progress is going. And it is the next day now. Brought you up here to the roof. I didn't film any of this putting this stuff on because it's pretty much the same process as doing the floors. I got super hot. I just wanted to get this stuff put on because we had some rain coming. I don't know if you can see the roof here, but it is a little wet. Only difference on this stuff than putting it on the walls is this stuff I stagger the seams for the roof here, and there's this special yellow premium tape that goes onto the roof to give it a little bit better seal. It's a little bit wider and much more sticky and thicker. But this is on now. I need to wait for the roof to dry off a bit because it has a lot of water on it. So gotta wait for that to dry and I'll put the rest of the tape on. But until then, next thing to do is we're gonna come over here to this other part of the house here and get some rafters put on. I just have to measure from the top, and it'll go down right there to the middle. That's a load bearing wall, and we'll splice two of them together So we'll probably just go ahead and maybe do the lower part, or start with the hard part and do the top and get the rafters along the top, and then go ahead and do the bottoms there. But we're just early in the morning, we're just getting started here, and yeah, we'll kind of come up with a plan and then get to work. And back here in the house again, as you saw, those rafters, they went up really easy. We had that template cut out, so we were able to get a bunch of those cut out real quick. We went around and started doing this lower part here, these rafters here. We just got a couple done because we had to modify them just a little bit. Up in the corners there, we had to cut a little notch out so it can sit on the wall, because there was a little bow in the top of those rafters. So we fixed that up. And since these are 20-foot 2x8s here, you can see in the middle there, we just had to put a little splice in there, and I'll show you kind of what we did for that one. So getting those 2x8s spliced together, we just cut down these little 7-inch by 24-inch pieces of OSB that were left over, and we're just splicing those on with a bunch of siding nails. And this wood is nothing to really like hold up the roof. It's just to keep those two rafters just kind of stuck together and not going to twist or anything like that. But once we get them nailed up there to the wall, then they're not going to move or go anywhere like that. But this is our template here. As you see there, the roof isn't done yet, so I'm going to get these out. Got some extra 2x there, so we're going to get to cutting. And now you see here, made some real great progress. This is above the bedrooms and bathroom here and living room. We got all these rafters put in here. These are done. Next thing we have to do is just go to the outside and put on the overhangs. We have to do that on both sides, and this roof will be ready for sheathing. Let me take you outside real quick there. And come on to the outside. This is one of my favorite parts there. This really cool little overhang here for the back side of the house. It's a little wobbly up there. It has a little more bounce than I want. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up putting a big 6x6 post there down on the ground. Get that stain to kind of match the rest of the house, and I think that'll be a good look for the house there. I also have to do the overhang pieces there. Get that a little bit stronger. We did the overhang on the front of the house there. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get these overhangs done. I'll show you that when that's done. Then we go ahead and get this thing covered up, and I'll put that tape on there. Just gotta get this done because today is the last day that we're gonna have a nice weather, because the rest of the week is gonna be raining. So we gotta get this covered up so our floors aren't gonna start warping and bowing and stuff like that. Yeah, now that it is the hottest time of day, we got the overhangs done on both sides, as you see there, and it's time to put up the sheathing. And this force field stuff gets super hot when it's in the sun, but yep, it's gonna be raining soon. This is the kind of last nice day we're gonna have, so we just gotta just get it done. So, yeah, like I said, let's go get back to work. Alright, well, we're back up here on the roof. Is the next day. We were able to get this all covered up yesterday. Real happy about that. It's supposed to be raining today, but of course it's a nice blue sky. So it's up here. It's still kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and get our premium tape put down. I'm going to hand me one of those rolls there. Alright, so this is what we're putting down. This is the yellow premium tape. It's a lot stickier and a lot thicker than the stuff we've been putting on the walls. That stuff is made for the roof. And it's just the same thing. You start at the bottom and work your way towards the top, just in like a cascading technique, as they call it. But it takes a long time to put that stuff on. That stuff is super sticky, so we'll go ahead, get that put on before it starts getting too hot. Yeah, after putting all these sheets up yesterday, my muscles are definitely sore today. So I think any kind of video I'm going to do today, I'm going to have to put it at 200% speed, just to make it look like I'm actually working at a normal speed, because I'm going to be going pretty slow today. And I think the other guy, he's going to be going slow too. Yeah, tired, ready to get off this roof and get finished. But, you know how it goes. Back to work. Yeah, and up here on the roof, we're able to go ahead and get all this tape put down. This premium tape here, everything's real nice. Now it's ready for all the rain. And yeah, it'll probably still be a couple weeks until we get the shingles on here. But this stuff will be fine, uncovered for a couple weeks. And I'm sure from the time-lapse video, you saw that we didn't get the top done there yet. That's just a couple of sheets to do there. I estimated for this house we need 92 sheets, but my order limit was 90, so I got 90 sheets, and I'm about a sheet and a half short, but that's fine because that's just the overhang. If it rains there, it'll just pour onto the other roof, but this part is covered up, and I'll go this weekend. I'll pick up a couple more sheets of this OSB here, and we still have to go to the front of the house there and build a covered entryway, and that'll have a couple more sheets of this on there and a little bit more tape. But up here is done. Let me bring it to this other roof here. This one down here is done as well. That's looking nice. That's ready for rain. It's already rained a couple times on this one, and keeping everything dry inside. But it's getting hot up here. I'm gonna get off this roof and go inside. It is so nice to be here inside, have this covered roof on us. It's really nice to finally be inside this house, have some shade over us. It's really nice. That top part is done. Excited about that. But I think that's going to do it for this video. I think getting the sheathing on and the roof on is a good stopping point for this video. So for next weekend's video, we're going to be coming back inside here, and we'll be doing all the inside walls and get this inside all framed out. And then after that, we'll probably move back out to the outside because there's still a few things to do out there. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like these kind of videos, building houses start to finish, be sure to subscribe because we have a new one every single weekend. So until then, back to work, and I'll see you next weekend.